What is up, guys? Welcome back to this video, episode 3 of Shredded Season. Now, in the last video I went food shopping and there were a few things that I didn't get around to getting, or I didn't get because I already had here at the house. So I'm just going to run through just a couple of things that I didn't do then that I think are essential for dieting, and they are very, very good foods to have in your fridge when you are trying to get shredded. So first off, we've got some spices now. First one, don't know if you can see that, it's just garlic granules, just very basic, gives a lot of good flavour to the foods. Got some cayenne pepper, gives it a lot of spice and also helps with that thermogenic effect, raising the body's core temperature ever so slightly to help increase how many calories are burnt each day. And this one, I'll make sure you really can see this, if it'll focus, pink Himalayan sea salt. That is one of my absolute favourites. It's very, very flavoursome, very, very healthy and pure. This is not focusing. Hello. There we go, we're focused. Next up, asparagus. Now, asparagus is one of my favourite vegetables, which is an odd thing for me to say because I absolutely hate vegetables, despise them, but sometimes you just got to do it. I mean, if you just look at these asparagus spears, it takes like 5 minutes in a pan with a little bit of butter if you want. I just have them as they are. Sometimes I'll do them, maybe if I've cooked chicken in a pan, I'll do them in the same pan to get some of that flavour sort of in with the asparagus. But I mean, half a pack of this, 95 calories, pretty much no fat, 2.6 grams of carbs, which are all very good carbs, 2.3 grams of fibre. I mean, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And finally, something that I'm very surprised I didn't mention, but I did have about 40 of them in the house, and that is eggs. Now, eggs, let me tell you about eggs. Eggs are absolutely brilliant. 99% of the protein in an egg is absorbed by the body. If you don't believe me, there's plenty of studies to say it. That's not to say that it's any better than other proteins, but you know, you've got your complete group of amino acids in there, all 20 essential amino acids, and you've also got high protein, all of which will be absorbed. There's a little bit of fat in there, but you know, if you just want the protein, you can always separate the yolk. It will reduce the protein ever so slightly, but the majority of the protein is in the white, so you're still going to get most of that without any of the fat. So that's a perfect way to do it. Of course, you do lose some of the flavour, so I tend to maybe like mix. If I'm making some scrambled egg or something, I'll do maybe 2 egg whites, 2 yolks, so I don't get the full whack of fat, but I do get some of that flavour still in there because I love eggs personally. I eat them every day. In fact, I am about to start cooking them for breakfast right now. So let me just finish off with the last thing, and that is coconut oil. Now, a good alternative to this is sesame seed oil. Instead of using olive oil to fry, these are much, much better. They heat up really quick. They are unsaturated, so very, very good for you in comparison to the saturated fats that you'll get from, you know, other types of oil like olive oil. It's very good for you. And what I like to do is I get these sprays, so literally each time you spray is 1 calorie, and it helps you just cover the pan without having excess oil just sliding around everywhere. So very, very good. I recommend all of these with everything else that I mentioned in the previous video. So there you go. Those are my top foods that I like to have. Also sweet potato, before I forget. Very, very good carb. Excellent low calorie. Something that I've struggled with it because I find sweet foods a bit odd when they're not like a dessert or something. So I've been incorporating it into my diet recently, and I have been getting on with it a bit better, so that is another thing I suggest. Anyway, I'm absolutely starving, my stomach is rumbling, so I'm going to crack on with my breakfast, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to this workout. Now today I hit a leg day, but it's slightly different to the majority of leg days that I've been doing, maybe that you've seen in past videos in the bulk life and things like that. The emphasis in these sort of clips and in these sets that I was doing really was on getting the movement right, making sure that the muscles felt it, doing it at a higher tempo with less rest in order to get my heart rate higher and therefore burn more calories. So as you can see, the weight on the bar, 70, 80, 85 kilos between the sets. Nothing too extreme, just making sure 10 to 12 reps, doing them as clean as possible with, a high tempo and little rest. Moved on to some front squats. I haven't done these in probably like 6-7 months, so I just gave them a go, did 3 there with a slightly heavier weight, and then dropped the weight down and did a set of 5 just to test out the waters, because I do like doing front squats, especially when dieting. I just feel them massively in my quads. I think they're a very underrated and underused exercise. Next I went on to these hamstring curls, and basically what I like to do whenever I do these, whether I'm bulking or cutting, is to just really exhaust the muscle. So I'll do 8 to 12 reps, aiming normally for 12 with a slightly heavier weight. As soon as I finish those 12, I'll drop the weight down 5 or 10 kilos on the stack, and then I will repeat another 8 to 12 reps, again hopefully aiming for 12. And then finally I'll drop it again and I'll proceed to do 8 to 12 reps as slow as possible. Now what this does is the first set tires your muscle out, the second set pretty much exhausts the muscle, and then you have to try and fight against the lactic acid that is rapidly building up in your muscle cells. Fight against that pain and push through it to make sure that you can complete those reps as slow as possible. It's very tempting to just let the weight go. So trying to fight against that, not only is it great for the muscles, but it's also great for that sort of mental stimulus and helping you to sort of develop that mental attitude that will help you go far in life in general, but especially in fitness. Then I went onto the other side to the leg extensions to do exactly the same. So 8 to 12 reps of the first weight, drop it down, go through the motions again, drop it down again. As you can see, the tempo is quite high. I am trying to get the heart rate up. It's very important for me when I'm cutting that you're not really going to be adding much muscle. You don't have a calorific surplus, you don't have excess carbs, excess fats, excess protein just lying around to help you build more muscle. So I really don't see the point in trying to push your body incredibly hard. What I would say is that getting the heart rate up, less rest, higher intensity, to make sure that you're burning more calories, and also every now and again throwing in a heavy session just to help you remind the body that it does need to retain some of that muscle mass. Giving it a heavy workout, it knows, okay, we're going to be doing this occasionally, so I better keep the muscle around. Anyway guys, that's it. So I'll see you guys later on.